At Cars 24, we offer you car
loans. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hi, IFNG and Elite Squad. Please react. So, you're on mute, Elite.
Hello.
I would like to say
everyone.
hi to our viewers on Facebook and as well as our participants here in Zoom. So if you have friends, please tag in your friends, especially if you're on Facebook right now. So we have another lecture with our Elite Squad. So let's welcome none other than Mama D, the Mother Dragon.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much, Sir Jeff. How's everybody doing?
Clint, I think you're all parang same ka na trending right now with Squid Game.
Yes. I'm player 442. Okay, ako yung tumatali-talikod, tapos kumakanta. Di ba? Tapos humarap, babaril.
Ganyan ba yung approach ng Ielts?
Yes, ganyan yung approach ng Ielts ngayon. Yung pagharap po, yung pag gumanon sa yung examiner, di ba, feeling mo, babarilin ka na. Yung mga ganyan. Okay, guys. So, I don't know. I woke up and then I said, I want a haircut. So, ayan, pinagupitan ko na siya para hindi ako mukhang gusgusing bata. Diba? Okay, guys. So, hello, everyone. Welcome back to our discussion. Thank you, Sir Jeff, for that. Welcome to Squid Games. Charing. Welcome to the IELTS Games. In fairness, ba't ngayon ko lang naisipan to? Okay, let me just share this one on the Facebook of Elite Intellect 9. Okay. All right, guys. So, tonight, we're going to be having another fun discussion here at IFNG, brought to you by Elite Intellect 9, with which, for the past times, no? Hello po, good afternoon, watching live from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Hello, Razil. Hello, my love. So, for the past times, guys, we have been teaching you how smart ways to pass the IELTS exam. But then again, tonight, we are not going to be talking about smart ways, but rather, we are going to be talking dumb ways to fail the IELTS examination. Okay, so this discussion is inspired by, are you familiar with the game Dumb Ways to Die? Yeah. On Facebook and of course on Facebook, on iOS and of course on Android, the game. Right? So this is inspired by that. Okay, tonight we're going to be teaching you guys dumb ways, okay, to fail the examination. Okay, so guys, these are like the common mistakes that the students tend to do when they are on their IELTS exam. Okay, and of course, these are careless mistakes, okay, that could actually affect their scores. Now, guys, please do tag your friends on our Facebook Live for tonight because there will be a lot of mistakes that you will be realizing tonight. Even when I was preparing this lecture, I was like, I based this on my observation on the students, okay, on the students that are preparing for the IELTS. What are the common mistakes that they're doing? No, so we indirectly called it dumb ways to fail. Para maiba, di ba? Puro smart ways na lang, o the dumb ways naman tayo. Okay, so let's begin. So today, we are not going to talk about smart ways to pass the IELTS, but rather, let us look at the dumb ways to fail the IELTS exam. We have been teaching you how to pass the smart way. Now, it is time for you to see the mistakes that you should avoid on the examination, or if you're preparing for the IELTS in general. These are the mistakes that the students tend to do when they are preparing. These are the students that these are the mistakes that the students tend to commit, okay, during their review or their preparation time. Guys, one thing that I would want you to remember is your review and your preparation time is the most crucial of all the times on the exam. Okay, let me just check. Okay. So, it is the most crucial when it comes to your preparation on the exam. Why? Sir Joseph, why is it crucial? Because this is the time with which you would need to hone your set of skills for you to be accessible on the exam, okay? Number one mistake that the students tend to do on the test is that they go there unprepared, okay? And later on, I will explain further about that. All right, so if it's your first time to join us here at IFNG or IELTS Filipino Nurses Group, hello, I'm pleased to meet you. My name is Clint Joseph Tyler, founder and president of Elite Intellect, IELTS, OET, NCLEX, and NMC CBT Specialist, PH. I am an IELTS expert for the past 11 years. I have a degree in English methodology and theory and a doctorate degree in English language and literature, also known as your mother dragon, mama D, mama D, mommy D, Diba? Sige. And of course, half Filipino, half tilapia. Gusto niyo yon? Half Filipino, half tilapia. Okay. Sir, bakit naman tilapia? I was bullied when I was younger. Believe me, they called me tilapia in class because I have protruded lips. My lips are okay. Hold on, let me just check. Okay, let me just check those who are unmuted. Hold on, guys. Okay, just to so as not to interrupt with the class for today. Okay. Alrighty. So when I was younger, as I was telling, no, I have been bullied by my classmates as tilapia, no, because my mouth is protruded, no. Sabi nila, oh my gosh, ba't ganyan yung lips mo? Protruded, keme, ganyan. Eh, nung tumanda na, di ba naging uso na si Ann Curtis? Oh, di ba? O, di pinauso ni Ann Curtis. Ngayon, kung ayaw mo, Katrina Di Maranan na lang. Okay na ako doon. Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. Hi, Mr. M. Hi, Miss Gladys, Sir Jeff, and to my mentor and coach, Inako. Love you. Hello, Ate Jen. Okay, good evening, everyone. All right, so welcome to our discussion for tonight. All right, now, important message first, of course. Okay, you know what? This Bible verse had a very clear message for me today because if you do not know, I am basta yon. Tapos I was looking at my Bible app, and then this popped up, and then this Bible verse popped up onto my friend's wall, onto my friend's My Day. So I feel like it is a sign for me to share this to you guys tonight before we learn the concepts. Okay, so the verse is, be on guard, stand firm in the faith. Okay, be courageous, be strong, and do everything with love. Okay, so this is from 1 Corinthians 16, verse 13 to 14. Now, what does this verse mean? Is that whatever it is that you're undergoing in life right now, you have to be firm. Okay, you have to be firm with faith, not with fighting. Okay, and of course, you have to be courageous. You have to have courage and faith at the same time. And of course, you have to do everything with love. And you have to remember, God is love, so you have to do it in a godly way. Okay, that's our first message for today, guys. All right. Okay, now, the first common mistake that the students tend to do on the examination is thinking that the IELTS is just an English exam. Yes, I have heard this thousands and thousands of times before, with which the students think upon enrollment or before they prepare for their examination that the IELTS is just an English exam. Take note of the word just. English exam lang yan. This is the common misconception of the students because they think that the IELTS is just basic. Okay, it's basic. I mean, hello, I've been speaking in English since I was in elementary. So what's the difference? I have been tested in English since I was in elementary. So what's the difference this time? It's just an English exam. Unfortunately, this is a dumb way for you to fail your IELTS examination. Now, let me explain further, okay? Now, this by far is the common misconception of the students. The IELTS is not just an English exam. It is the English exam. Again, the IELTS is not just an English exam. It is the English exam, right? What do you mean when you highlight a cluster of words with the word the, right? It is on the superlative form, no? Ito yung utmost, no? Ito yung ruro, kumbaga. Ito yung pinakamatindi, matindi pa sa matindi. This is the English exam. The IELTS would require you to be on the academic level and not on the high school level with your English skills, okay? All right, let me just illustrate the difference, okay? When we were in high school, okay, I will illustrate in 3 ways. Number 1, high school, okay, interview, and IELTS, okay? First, guys, let's talk about high school, okay? When we were in high school, we were tested on our English capacity with knowledge, right? We were tested with our knowledge with the English capacity that we have, right? Let's say our exam consists of verbs, nouns, adverbs, adjectives, all the English structures that you would need to know, right? Whereas on interview, okay, upon graduation of college and high school, you are going to be asked about your acumen about the profession. itself. Like, let's say you're applying to be a nurse at a hospital. So you will be asked about your specialization and you will be asked about your views about working as a nurse at that hospital. Whereas on the IELTS, guys, they're not testing your views or your knowledge. Rather, they are testing your skills. There is a colossal disparity between knowledge and skill. That's what I could guarantee you. On the exam, guys, they're testing if you can skillfully answer the questions that they're going to give you, if you can skillfully arrange the information that you would need to arrange, if you can skillfully tackle the topic to your examiner, and if you can skillfully incorporate your vocabulary lexical resources on the exam. So there is a huge difference because we have been trained to be using knowledge when it comes to English, whereas on the IELTS, you're expected to show your skills. Okay, so never ever think that the IELTS is a basic exam. It is not, because if it's too basic, why do I see students not getting their target scores sometimes, right? If it's not basic, if it's basic, why are there students killing themselves, taking the examination 4 times, 5 times, 6 times? That is the thing that we would want you to avoid. That is why I formulated this discussion, which is the dumb ways to fail the IELTS test. Okay? All righty. All right. Okay, what else? There is a colossal disparity between the academic. Oh, thank you, Rosini Texon, for this. Colossal disparity. Sa kanya ko napulot yan kay Ma'am Rosini. Okay, so there is a colossal disparity between the academic and the basic level of English. Okay, look at the basic level here on our illustration. Okay, for the basic level, well, it was very good for the people. Again, basic level. Okay, basic level, well, it's very good for the people. Okay, there you go. Whereas for the academic level, it must have been benevolent for the residents. Again, it must have been benevolent for the residents. Did you see the difference on the structure of the sentence on the second with the latter? Okay, look at the latter right there. Look at the academic example right there. Did you see the difference? Right? It was very good for the people who was transformed, okay, or was transmogrified to be. It must have been benevolent for the residents. Anong naiba? Instead of just saying it was, okay, you replace it with it must have been. Okay, instead of saying it's good, you replace it with benevolent, which is a very kind act. Okay, and then instead of saying people, you paraphrased it to residents. That's the difference. Okay, again, the IELTS would expect for you to be properly adroit with your speaking skills, your vocabulary skills, your grammar, your grammatical range and accuracy skills. And apart from that, your structuring and organizing of ideas. So it's not just an English exam. It is technically the English exam. All righty. Now, let's move on to the second dumb way to fail the IELTS exam. Okay, what is it, Sir Joseph? Not preparing enough for the examination. I have seen a lot of students like this before for the IELTS, really, right? You talk to them, they would be inquiring at our page or even calling us from another country, and then they would be like, hello, Sir Joseph, I watch your live and I want to review for the IELTS. And then I said, I always ask the students this before they even enroll because I don't just accept enrollees. Gusto ko realistic yung preparation natin. So when the student says, when I ask the student, when do you plan to take your exam, my dear? And then the student told me, next week, Sir Joseph, can you do that? And then it was like, is this your first time to take the IELTS exam or are you a retaker? And then she said, I am a first taker, Sir Joseph. Unfortunately, I did talk to the student. No, I talked to the student and then I told the student that that's not possible. That's not possible because she said she's not preparing for the IELTS yet. Her plan is to prepare 1 week before her target date. So I said to her, if you're willing to work properly, then maybe we're going to be working with you. And then I allowed her to enroll. And then once she went to class, she realized that it's not going to be enough to prepare for 1 week, even if we coach 3 times a day. Believe me, it's not enough for you to prepare for 1 week. So the student ended up moving the examination for 2 months. Okay, and she passed the exam. She has gotten a 7.5 in speaking and 7.0 in writing. Okay? So guys, ample amount of preparation on the IELTS is imperative. Okay? Mahalaga yan. Mahalaga pa yan sa virginity ko. Charing! It is pretty much important for you guys to prepare properly on the exam because if you're not preparing, the IELTS will be the biggest shock of your life. Okay? Who here can relate to that? Who here committed this mistake, okay, with which you went to the IELTS exam thinking that it's just an exam, it's okay, I'm not going to prepare for it, and then you went there and then you were shooketh. You were shooked. You were shookening, right? By the nature of the exam itself. Who here? Who here can relate to that? Please dearly say me, right? Yes, marami na akong students na ganyan. I have encountered a lot of students like that. Harl, there you go. Yeah, I have seen students like that before. Like they would be like, I don't have enough time, so maybe I'll just prepare for the IELTS for like 2 weeks. And then in comes exam day. Reading pa lang, the student already gave up, right? Because it's pretty much onerous for their likings, no? Okay, so guys, unfortunately, some students fail because they have chosen to fail right before they take the exam. Believe me, not preparing enough for your IELTS, you're already choosing to fail. Not unless if you're a genius. Believe me, if you're a genius, it's okay for you not to prepare. Okay? If you're a genius, totally fine for you not to prepare. Like IQ level 178, mga ganyan, no? Pero guys, if you are like us, right? Normal people, okay? Who can speak in English and can deliver, but need to master the concept of the IELTS, then you would need to prepare heaps, okay? You would need shed loads of information for you to even amass a 7.0 or a 7.5, okay? So if you chose not to prepare for the exam, then you are already basically setting yourself to fail. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, now, not preparing enough is the culprit on as to why students do not get their target scores on the examination. Okay, let me just check. Let me just check, guys. I'm hearing gurgling sounds. Is that my stomach? Charing. Okay. So yeah, Jing, it's okay. It's okay, guys. All right. So we would need to amass a particular level of awareness on the exam before you even fathom to file. Okay. Sir, what do you usually tell your students? Because I heard that at Elite, you don't just tell your students to file for their exam without your consent. Yes, I don't. Basically. Oo, kahit magtampo na sa akin yung estudyante, wala akong pakialam. But I always tell them if they're ready or not. Your Ma'am Zea, Ma'am Tanya, yan, sila Ma'am Charm, sila Ma'am Jerlyn. We always tell the students upon assessment if they are ready or not. Okay? That thing right there is realistic. Because if you're not ready, and then we tell you, oh, you're ready, kaya mo yan, you can do it. And then, after the exam, you come back to us and say, I did not get my target score. It does not just hurt you. It also hurts us, no? Kaya nga, we don't just allow our students to take that test, okay? We don't just allow our students. Or if, for example, what the students do, sometimes students are way too clever. They're going to enroll and then they already have their target dates, no? So yan, ang mangyayari dyan, bugbugan. No? You would need to be bugbog by Sir Joseph, Ma'am Zea, and Ma'am Tanya. Okay, so, you must ensure that you have an ample amount of time to understand, study, and master the IELTS concept and spend time to work on your weaknesses. Okay, medyo magtatagal ako sa slide na to, guys. Let's talk about this one. Understand, study, and master. When you say understand, you have to understand what the IELTS is all about. What is the grading criteria, or what are the criteria for grading when it comes to the IELTS exam? Speaking and writing. Okay, and then you must study your IELTS concepts for listening, reading, writing, speaking, and then you must master your concepts. What if, let's say, you did not prepare for your writing, okay, or you prepared for your writing, but you just chose formats to master. Okay, let's say you don't like advantage outweigh. Okay, you don't like do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So it so happened that you did not study that. Oh, I don't like this one. I hate it, really. And then once you went onto your exam, the format that you were given is do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, right? That's why I always tell my students, don't go to your examination without mastering all the formats of the writing task 2 and the writing task 1. Because we will never know what will pop out or suddenly come out on the examination, right? So also, you would need to work on your weaknesses, okay? Sir, how can I work on my weaknesses? Oh, thank you guys so much making this trend. Hashtag Mama D cares. Okay. So yeah. Sir Joseph, how do I work on my weaknesses? Okay, let's say you're practicing on the breakout room sessions. Okay, you're at IFNG or at Elite Talk, you're practicing there. And then your partners told you that you have weak pronunciation. Your pronunciation is not on the level that they would expect it to be. Okay, now you would need to spend time to work on that. Okay, to work on your pronunciation, to work on the way that you deliver. All right, or let's say you're coaching. Okay, you have a coach. Okay, and then your coach told you, my dear, your mistake is you're using this word incorrectly. This word is not correctly utilized on your delivery. You will also need to pronounce this word this way. Okay, and then on the following day, you came back to coaching, and then you did the same mistake. And then the day after that, you came back again, and then you came back, and then you did the same mistake. And then the following day, you came back and then you did the same mistake. That's not working on your weaknesses. We call that pacha. What is it? Pachamba-chamba. No? So yeah, you would need to systematically work on your weaknesses for you to pass the exam. Because if you're doing the mistake twice, that's no longer a mistake. It's a choice, my love. Okay? That's why we tell all our students, don't go back to the coaching room with the same mistakes as yesterday. And that's effective because there is development. Okay, you can apply that on your preparations, on your breakout room sessions right there, right? When you are on the breakout room sessions and you're practicing and then your partners told you, oh, ma'am, you need to fix your pronunciation, I have P and F. Okay, so you need to spend, let's say, 5 hours, 6 hours fixing that error, but it doesn't happen overnight, believe me. And then you come back and then there's a slight development. And then you come back, there's another development. And then you come back until the mistake or the weakness is already gone. That's progress, guys, okay? That's progress. We would want to see progress when you are preparing for your IELTS exam. All righty. Okay. 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 From Rick Mondi, I don't know what you're talking about, but you're very comical. Oh, thank you. I love being comical. Okay. Now, what else? What is our suggested time of preparation? All right, let's take a look. Okay, our suggested time of preparation. So you would need to classify yourself, or if your coach can do that for you. Okay, you need to tell your coach to classify your skill or your capacity, okay, for them to gauge your capacity. So there are 3 levels. We have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Yes, we do divide our students like that. Okay, we have the beginners, we have the intermediate students, we have the advanced, right? If you are my student, you saw that on the chat room, right? There's Elite Intellect 9.01, 9.02, 9.03. Right? So I'm not going to tell you which one are the advanced students there. Secret! Okay, so you would need to classify yourself if you are a beginner, an intermediate test taker, or an advanced test taker. Okay, sir, what's a beginner? Technically, if you're a beginner, you do not have an idea about the IELTS at all. You're basically a newbie. You're novice when it comes to the IELTS. No idea. It's your first time. You have not seen the concept of the IELTS before. So if you are that person, you would need to prepare for 1.5 months to 3 months. Again, 1.5 months to 3 months. Okay? Now, what about intermediate students? Who are the intermediate students? These are the students who already have had self-studies when it comes to the IELTS exam, or they have taken the IELTS before, but unfortunately, they did not amass a commendable score. So, if you are that intermediate student, you would need to prepare for 1 month to 2 months. It's by the book. Okay, this is an ample amount of time for you to understand all the concepts of the examination. Because at Elite, we divide it by week. Okay? Week 1, speaking. Week 2, writing task 2. Week 3, writing task 1. Week 4, listening and reading. Okay? And then you go back to speaking the following month if you're not yet ready. That's basically it. Right? Oh, by the way, am I going to announce, Ma'am Gladys, or should you just announce na lang? Kayo na lang po, ano? Okay. All right. Thank God I'm preparing 3 months in advance. Okay. So I enjoyed this session. Thank you so much, Claudette, my love. All right. Now, if you are an advanced student, okay, who are the advanced student? These are the students, I consider them advanced, with which if they're listening or if their speaking is already at 7.0, but their writing is at 5.5, there you go. Or if their speaking is already at 7.5, but their writing is at 5.5, or their reading is at 5.5, and their listening is at 6, okay, but their writing and speaking are 8 and a 7. These are the advanced students. Basically, when you are an advanced student, you already grasp the concept. You already know what to do with the IELTS, so you would need 3 weeks to 1.5, 1.5 months to prepare. Okay. Sir, why? I mean, I'm already an advanced student. Why do I need to prepare for 1.5 months? Joseph, are you crazy with a Z? No. Okay. 1.5 months is the minimum number of months. Okay. For you to understand everything. Okay. For you to understand everything. Of course, you're going to be adjusting to the techniques that you would need for the exam. Really. Okay. And also, you would need to be open to changes. Okay. You would need to be open to changes. I have had students like this before. Okay, let's consider this as a common mistake too. Some students, what they're going to do is they're going to hop around. Okay, hop around. Okay, now if you can relate to this, I'm so sorry. All right, and then they're going to take the exam and not get their target scores, and then come to me and complain that they did not get their target scores, and then they're going to review again, and then hop around again, hop around, and then go to the exam and not get their target scores. And then I asked them, okay, what happened to your exam? Why is it like this? Oh, it's because I'm applying the techniques that I know and I'm comfortable with. That's the culprit. The word comfortable can murder your dreams. Believe me, you don't have to be comfortable on the exam. I could guarantee you that. You need not to be comfortable on the IELTS test. What you should do is you would need to adjust your skills for the needs and prerequisites of the examination. Okay? Never be comfortable. All right, that's good. Okay, now, as you can see, you would need time, okay, to understand your mistakes, work on them, and polish your skills to amass that target score on the examination. Okay, time. We always tell our students, do you have time to prepare? Okay, do you have time to prepare? Okay, if you do, okay, let's work on your skills. Let's polish you. But if you don't have time to prepare, then you better be prepared not to sleep. No? Marami na akong mga ganyan. Marami na akong mga nurses sa ibang bansa na talaga naman, hindi na sila natutulog. Just because they would want to take the exam as soon as possible. Okay, so these are small sacrifices that you could do. All right. Okay, what else? Not practicing your IELTS skills or making excuses. Here we go. This is another common mistake. I know some students can relate to this, and I'm so sorry if you can. All right, but your mama here would need to wake you up tonight. It would be like, wake up. Okay, it's time for you to wake up, get up, and for you to prepare. Okay. What do we mean by not practicing your IELTS skills or making excuses? Basically, I don't want to do my speaking today because I'm tired from work. I don't want to do my writing today because I need to clean the house. Okay? Time to prepare to get used to the kaba, especially in speaking. Correct, Rare. Yeah. Okay, basically, I don't want to, sadly, sabi ni Ma'am Zea, I don't want to do my speaking practice today. It's because I need to eat outside. I don't want to do my writing practice today because my hands hurt. My tooth aches. Diba? My knees hurt. My joints hurt. Guys, I have students who are COVID-19 positive and they are doing their speaking practice on the breakout room sessions. Yeah. Yeah. I have students who are currently positive with COVID, and they are on the breakout room sessions, not even complaining. They are on the breakout room sessions. They are in the comfort of their quarantine facility. They are on their mobile devices. They are practicing at Zoom. They are practicing their speaking, even if they're coughing. And I commend those types of students with which excuses for them is not something. Their dreams are bigger than their excuses. Okay? You would need to be that person with which your dream and your goal should be bigger than your excuses. Okay, now, sorry guys medyo real talk tayo tonight. I will RT you. Okay, if this is what it takes for you to pass your exam, then by all means, I will RT you today. What's RT you, Sir Joseph? Real talk. Okay, some students make generating excuses a sport, okay? I cannot practice today. I am tired from work. Newsflash, my love. We have had students who work in the middle of the emergency department and was still able to manage their time. Yes. Sa tinagal-tagal ko na nagko-coach sa mga international students, sa mga nasa UAE, KSA, Oman, Canada, Qatar, Kuwait, no? Alam nyo, meron pa akong mga estudyante, yung, I don't know if you can relate this, naka-duty sila sa Saudi, tapos meron silang bus, pauwi, no? They have buses on the way home to their accommodation. Who can relate to this, right? And then, those students, the student is inside the bus on the way home, right? Standing in the bus, not even sitting, and we are in the middle of coaching. Yeah, she's running. She's running towards the bus. My love, if you're watching this, I commend you. No, she's running towards the bus because that's their service on the way home. And then, while she's inside the bus, because that is her coaching schedule with me, she is standing up in the bus, holding her mobile phone, has a pen and a paper on hand, and then I'm coaching her with speaking. And that student ended up getting an 8.0 in speaking. Yeah. Being busy or tired from work is not an excuse for the IELTS preparation. Believe me. Mom Michelle was in the ICU working while practicing. Yeah. Diba? They're inside the ICU. Yung mga ganyan, no? Meron ako mga estudyante, I'm practicing speaking by answering questions while I'm cooking at home. Yes, that's a good thing too. Right? You would need to sacrifice, my love. You would need to sacrifice real quick. Okay? That's 1.5 months to 3 months of sacrifice. Okay? So don't make making an excuse a sport. Okay? Every time that you get home from work, even though how rooted you are, yan, sila Ma'am Gladys, sila Sir Jeff, sila Mr. M, yung mga yan, no? Sila Ma'am Zaya nyo, before, on the IFNG before, with which we don't even have Zoom, no? Tapos, ang nangyayari, pagdating nila, pagod na pagod sila from work. And then, once I enter, they're practicing. They have been there for like 3 hours or 4 hours, and they're enjoying what they do. And it paid off, really. It paid off. Look at them now. They're all IELTS passers. Not just IELTS passers, but passers with flying colors. Again, not just IELTS passers, but they are all passers with flying colors. Diba? Ganyan sila noon when they were practicing. There are mothers as well po nursing their children. Yes. Okay? So, okay. Now, you must dedicate your time in your day to practice your skills to hone them. Here's my suggestion to all my students. Okay? 5 days. 5 days a week. Hello? Okay. 5 days a week. Number 1, Monday, you would need to do a speaking practice. Okay? A speaking practice. Okay? Tuesday, you practice your listening and reading. Okay? Both of them. 1 listening exam, 1 reading exam. Wednesday, your writing task 1. Thursday, practice your writing task 2. Friday, another speaking practice. Saturday, Sunday, by all means, do what you need to do. Rest if you would want to. It's totally fine. Go to church. Okay? You would need to do that. All right, to practice your skills, for you to hone your skills on the IELTS, okay? All right, we have a very good question here on Facebook. From Joe Mel said, what should we do if our self-esteem and confidence were shattered? You know what? I deal with this all the time at the coaching room of Elite. I deal with this all the time at the coaching room of Elite. The students are already way too shattered that they cannot pick themselves up anymore. because of the IELTS. Yeah. And what I always tell them, my love, is for you to spend some time to rest. Okay? Spend some time to rest, to go back to your original goal. Okay? Instill in your mind or inculcate in your mind, what is my original goal? Why am I taking this IELTS examination? Why am I even allowing myself to undergo this difficulty in life? Oh, for my family to have a better life. Oh, for my child to experience things that I have never experienced before. Oh, for me to go to another country to support my family better. Oh, for me to bring my entire family in that country that is deemed with that to be the land of milk and honey. Oh, for me to go there and to be the best version of myself. Go back to where you started. Believe me, go back to where you started. Always trace what is your number one motivation within why you took the IELTS in the first place. And then you tell yourself, let's go. That's what I always tell my students every time that they are tired. Their confidence are shattered. They don't know what to do anymore. I tell them, what is the reason why you're taking the IELTS exam? Sir, because I grew up very poor and I want my family and my children not to experience the things that I have experienced before. That is why I want to pass the IELTS. I want to go to the United States of America. I want to live them, to take my entire family with me, and for me to give them a better life. That is enough for you to motivate yourself. That is enough and even stronger than your fears on the IELTS exam. Think about it, okay? Think about it. You would need to go back and retrace why are you taking the IELTS in the first place. And of course, do it with faith, okay? Do it with faith. You can pass the IELTS without faith. I can guarantee you that, but you cannot pass it easily. But with faith, you are stronger, you're more capable, you are more driven. That's one thing that I would want you guys to remember. All right? Okay, moving on. I hope was able to motivate you on that. Yes, Mama is also a motivational speaker. Sometimes a motivational listener. The wisdom and motivation. Thank you so much, Casey. Real talk ite, sabi ni Marjeline. Yeah, it's RT, guys. I told you I'm going to RT you tonight. Right? If you're so tired, so rooted, so down by the IELTS exam, you better get up, my love. You better get up. I have seen students before who were so tired of their lives on the IELTS exam, who were on the brink of giving up. Like one of my students, she told me, sir, I don't even want to hear the IELTS anymore. I give up. I will just stay in the Philippines. I don't want to go to the United States of America anymore. I hate that idea because I have taken this 8 times before. 8 times, Sir Joseph, and nothing is happening. And then I told her, you know what, Lori? I don't know what to tell you anymore, but what I can tell you is just keep working on it. Keep working on it. Don't give up. Don't give up because you have gone this far. You have gone 8 exams far. You already have the ample amount of experience and time that you would need. Lori got a 9.0 OBS, and she's now working in the United States of America. She left last year, November. Diba? So guys, please, okay? Shout out Vanessa Mercado. Hello, Vanessa. Yes, sir. Thanks. You're welcome, John Aaron. So yeah, that's one thing, guys. Okay, wake yourself up. Wake yourself up. If you've been sleeping on your preparation, you better wake up. I want to know the reason why she failed 8 times. Oh, the reason why she failed 8 times is that she's been applying the same technique over and over and over and over for the 8 consecutive times. And then on the 9th time, I woke her. I actually shook her up and told her, no, you cannot do this anymore. And she was crying on my coaching room. I remember that clearly. It was October of last year. We were already on her final coaching. She's about to take her exam. Okay, and then I shook her. And I told her, don't keep doing the same mistakes, because if you're going to be doing that, let alone you're not going to be getting your target scores. And then she remained quiet for 2 weeks after the exam, and then she messaged me. And then she said that she has gotten a 9.0, like a very endearing, touching message. Okay? So guys, all right? Keep on working. It's really daunting. Yeah. All right. Now, again, these are little sacrifices with lifetime benefits. Okay. What are the little sacrifices, Sergio? So little sacrifices are for you to work on your listening and reading, or your speaking or writing every day for 3 months. But then again, you have your lifetime of benefits to go to another country and to have a better life with more than you could have even imagined for yourself. Okay. That is enough, okay, for you to work harder. Thank you, sir. I am inspired again. I lost my confidence after my first attempt, and now I felt determined again. You're welcome, Anne. You always have to, I always tell my students to keep your fire burning. That fire right there should not be extinguished, okay? Extinguish. That flame right there should not be extinguished. It should be something that is set ablaze this time. Okay. Thank you, Mother D. This is real wake-up call for us who chases their dreams. Yes. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. Okay? You're welcome, Harl. Okay, you're welcome, everyone. Franz and Anne. Okay? So yeah, wake up. If you've been sleeping for the past few weeks of your life on your IELTS preparation, you better start today. Okay? All right. Now, what else? Here's another common mistake of the students. Okay? All right. Another common mistake that the students tend to do on the exam is not studying the grading criteria of the IELTS for their target band. Again, not studying the grading criteria of their IELTS for their target band. What I always tell my students is for you to study band 8.0, not 7.0. Study the grading criteria for band 8.0. Okay? For you to know how to adjust yourself with the expectation of the exam. Okay? Again, study the grading criteria, band descriptor of 8.0. I'll show you an example, okay? Thank you, Mama D. So you're welcome, Geneva. Okay, now let's take a look. Many students think that taking the IELTS is just a surge of luck. It's not a surge of luck, believe me. There's no such thing as luck on the IELTS exam, okay? There are grading criteria that you must attain for you to be described as competent user on the exam, or else these grading markers are just for show. Okay? Lagi ko itong sinasabi sa mga estudyante ko. Yung grading criteria na yan, ginawa ng IELTS yan dahil hindi yan para titigan lang ng examiner. That is their expectation with you as a test taker. Okay? Now, let's all together look at what you need to be. Okay? What, Sir Joseph, what do I need to be on the exam? Let's say on the speaking. All right? Let's take a look at the band 8.0 descriptors for speaker, and I'll explain what you need to become. All right? Okay. Let's take a look at band 8 speaking. Mali yung spelling ko yata dito. Band 8 speaking fluency. Okay? So, speaks fluently with only occasional repetition or self-correction. Okay, your repetition, your your self-correction, they're not always present. There are some, but it's not prevalent on your exam. Hesitation is usually content related. Okay, when you are hesitating, you're thinking of good terms, or not good terms, but you're thinking of better answers. Okay, and only rarely search for language. You don't even think of a word that would be fitting for your delivery. Basically, here, for this particular type of content or for this particular type of fluency, guys, you would need to look, you don't even think of the words anymore. The words for you are effortless, okay? They become effortless for you when you are thinking of them. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me just check. Miss D, do we have a lot of first-timers who nailed their target grade scores? Provide us some enlightenment. Yes! You know what? The first-timers are the easier ones to work with. Believe me, Casey. The first-timers are the easier one, the ones who are easier to work with. Why? Because they don't have that pressure yet of the feeling that the second-timers have. Right? Because the second takers, or the people who took the examination 2 times, 3 times before, they already are building up that pressure inside themselves that it's so hard to break into it. Whereas the first timers, they're willing to listen, they're willing to apply the techniques, they're willing to work, and that's a good thing. Okay, from Gladys, your words always had this chilling effect on me. Lifetime benefits will be stuck on my head from this day till I got my band-aid. Oh, yes, Gladys. In Jesus' name, we're going to be getting this. Okay? All right. Now, what else for fluency, guys? Okay? Develops topics coherently and appropriately. Like basically when you were asked by your examiner, in a snap, you were able to come up with an answer. You're not stuck. You're not, gutom ka te? Right? You would need to develop topic coherently and appropriately when you are asked a question. Okay? You can backfire with a good or commendable answer in a snap. Okay? Just enjoy learning English and be successful tomorrow. Regards, Vanessa Mercado from Nazut, Lester, Sibayan. All right. Now, what else, guys? Specking. I copy-pasted this one, the speaking. Okay, so Band 8 speaking lexical resource. Okay, what about lexical resource? Okay, thank you for motivating us first-timers, and I love your humor. Oh, you're welcome, Cat Q, my love. Okay, yeah, for the first-timers, guys, you're the easiest to work with, believe me. No, because you still do not have that particular pressure onto yourself. Do you know that in a competition, I told my students this afternoon, okay? Let me just tell you this. It's a very good analogy for this one, okay? Last night's Miss Universe Philippines competition, okay, Beatriz Luigi Gomez was able to win the crown, okay, outshining the front runners. Who are the front runners? You have Maureen Robelwitz, you have Kisses de Lavin, you have Katrina de Moranan, okay, and then I realized that dark horses win competitions because they don't have that unnecessary pressure, and they also were able to enjoy every single moment of it. So be a dark horse on the Ielts world, or be a dark dragon if you would want to, right? Okay, be a dark dragon if you would have to, right? You don't pressure yourself, you enjoy every moment. You don't fear the upcoming examination, but rather you are excited to show your development. You're excited to show the words that you have been working with. You're excited to show your capacity in writing, your newly improved organization skills, right? Okay. Okay. You're welcome, everyone. Okay, from Jomel, how to become Mama D? Biglang bumalik ang motivation ko. Jomel, my love, just work on it. Okay, you can do it. All right, just don't give up. Thanks for being a fire for us first timers. First timers, you can do it. Okay, I have seen a lot of students before who are first timers. Even if I asked Sir Jello, did the student pass? Yes, we first timer yan. Okay, so you can do it. All right, now for lexical resources, uses a wide range of vocabulary resource readily, flexibly, and convey precise meaning. Basically, when you are using big words or academic words on the exam, you're using them flexibly and you're using them accurately. It's not just you're using it because you would want to. All right, next one. Uses less common vocabulary and idiomatic skillfully with occasional inaccuracies. Okay, I'm not saying for you to be perfect when it comes to your academic word. Really, you can have mistakes on the way that you use your words, but okay, very occasional. Okay, so yeah, you would need to use less common vocabulary on the exam. All right, what else? Uses paraphrasing effectively as required. Sir, what is less common vocabulary? Instead of saying it's very good, you can say it's prodigious. Instead of saying guidance, you can say tutelage. There you go. Instead of saying difficult, you say onerous. Okay, instead of saying difficult task, you say it's cumbersome. Instead of saying very kind, you say it's benevolent. That's academic. Okay? All right. As I aspire to speak like you, Miss D. Oh, thank you so much, Casey. My love, the only secret to speak like me is to make your voice as loud as the neighbors are awake. Okay. Next one. pronunciation. Okay, what do you need to know when it comes to your pronunciation? You use a wide range of pronunciation features. Okay, basically, you have a stable pronunciation. You sustain flexible use of features with only occasional lapses or slips. Okay, and is easy to understand throughout. Okay, your language one accent has minimal effect on intelligibility. Okay, what do we mean by language one accent? For us Filipinos, we call it the Filipino accent, right? You bring me that one over there. Oh, ay naapo atan eh. Right? The Filipino accent, okay? So yeah, your language one is not affecting your feature. I told this at the last Mamadi study hall. When I was in the UK studying, my classmates are pretty surprised the way that I speak to them. They'll be like this. I'll be like this. Oh, Joseph, you're from the Philippines, right? Why do you speak like that? And I was like, oh, I am so sorry if it does not please you. If this could actually please you, if I talk like this, all right, I will do it. Because this is the way that you think Filipino people speak, right? You pancit eating mother something. Sabi ko talaga sa kanya, naluka siya. Okay. So what else, guys? All right. Another common mistake on the IELTS exam. Are you Ilocano, sir? When Auntie Emily niya pa'y ngay manang. Yes, I am Ilocano, guys. Okay? Proud Ilocana. But guys, can someone please teach me Bisaya? I don't know, but I want to learn Bisaya. Really. I'm serious. Okay? Zaya already promised me that she's going to be teaching me Ilonggo. No? Gayam, sabi ni Emily. I want to learn Bisaya. Zay. Diba? Kagwapo ni mo, sir. Ay, ano yun? How do you say thank you in Bisaya? From Cebu ko, sir. Okay. She's from Cebu. Ano? Tudluan di ka ang Bisayas. Turuan mo ako ng Bisaya. Daghan salamat. Yes, madam. Okay, really. Yes, Ate Jench, please. Ayan, may nahanap na ako. Diba? Magbibisaya ako talaga. Akala nyo, I want to learn languages. Okay, I know how to speak. I know how to speak Ilocano. I know how to speak Filipino. Siyempre, diba? I want to speak Ilonggo. Diba? Bisaya, 'di ba? Para kumpleto na, 'di ba? Kahit saan ako mapunta, I know how to speak the language, 'di ba? Okay. Yung friend ko tinuruan ako, bayot lang yung itinuro sa akin eh. Ay, bayot ka, Zay, sabi sa akin. Sabi ko, alam ko ibig sabihin nun, Zay. Ibahin mo na, Mern. Okay. Sabi nga, surround yourself with people you want to be. So listening to Mother D always is good as we can somehow get his positive energy. Oh, thank you so much, Rare. Okay, whole package. Salamat gid Ilonggo. Agyamanak, sabi ng mga Ilocano. From Cagayan de Oro. Gwapo kaayos, sir. Thank you, daghan salamat. Chavacano, oh my gosh. I don't know what bayot is. Saring, bayot bakla. Saring. I want to learn, actually, we have a student from Zamboanga before, Michelle Rose, Chavacano. O diba Chavacano is like Spanish, right? Oh, I want to learn that too. Arabic, gusto ko rin yan. Ang alam ko lang sa Arabic yata, shukran. Yun ba yun? Okay. And inshallah. Tama ba? Okay, now, another common mistake, guys, on the examination is using basic language. Now, I'm sorry if you love doing this. I will apologize in advance. Okay, yeah, it's like broken Spanish. I want to learn that. Ate Jen, turuan mo ako ng Bisaya. Okay, now, we have proven over time that students who use basic words on the exam are likely to amass 6.5, whereas students who use academic words amass 7.5 and above. It is mind-blowing how students are still committing this mistake. Okay? F1, we're welcome. Wait. Imagine mo kung kahit saan ako magpunta, kabisado ko lahat. Okay. Now, Academic words, guys, okay, are not highfalutin words. Okay, they're not. Know the difference. You cannot judge academic words if you do not know the difference. That's what I always tell my students. Right, don't judge the academic words if you do not know the difference. Okay, now they help elevate your scores on the examination. Plus, they help avoid repetition. Okay, what else? They make you sound more professional. And it is following the rule of the band descriptor for lexical resources. Okay. Sir, hapit na ako exam, general, but I didn't take enroll in any review center. Patay na ako, ani, sir. Nood lang ako ng tips nyo. Ay, go lang, Dimpy, anak. Kahit manood-nood ka lang dyan, why not? Diba? You can do it. I have seen a lot of students too who are watching live from IFNG and they were able to pass their exam. All right. So, hapit na ako exam. Lapit na ako mag-exam. Yes, Mama Di, at least may alam kang Arabic words. Katuwa, di ba? Sir, exam na ako sa Domingo. Sa Sunday na exam mo, Ana, make the statements as colorful as possible. Noted, Miss D? All right. Okay, now, guys, use them properly. All righty? You need to use them properly, okay? When we say use them properly, buenas noches contigo, Mama Di. Buenas noches, mi amigo. Hola, soy Dora. Can you say swiper, no swiping? Swiper, no swiping. Ready? Ayan, bumalik na naman ako sa Ielts eh. Ito na. Ito na. Have you seen Boots somewhere? Andito lang si Boots. Di makita bulag si Dora. Kakagala ni Dora yan eh. Kahawa energy. Never had a mundane moment with Mama D. Thank you, guys. Madaling araw na walang pagbabago energy. Sabi ko sa inyo eh. Energy brought to you by Sinovac. Isang turok lang. Made in China ka na. Charing. Okay, now. Use them properly, all right? Now, when you're using academic words, guys, I want you to use them properly. So please make sure to use them accurately, okay? Because if you misuse them, there will be a deduction, believe me. Okay, look at the meaning of the word and the context, okay? So you double check on your dictionary. Okay, you can download Merriam-Webster on your mobile phones, right? It's for free. You can find the meaning there and then check if the word is used correctly. Use them every day to make sure that you're using them naturally on the exam day. Okay, that's one thing that I would want you guys to remember, and be open to improve on your capacity. Okay, if you hear people using, wow, she used the word anabasis, so what does that mean? And then you go to your dictionary, okay, and then you found the meaning, okay, and then you write it down. Okay, ni hen hao in lao panyang. Anong salita to? What language is this? Ni hao ma. 我的名字是 Yosef. 欢迎来到 IFNG. I said, hello, my name is Joseph. Welcome to IFNG. Okay. All right. So what else, guys? Parang nag-iba yata, Sir Joseph, yung ano mo. No? Nag-iiba yung boses mo kapag nag-iiba yung language mo. True. Okay. Now, not having your magic 12, okay? Guys, focus. When we say magic 12, what we mean by magic 12, guys, is these are your magic 12 academic words, okay? Which means that these are the words that you're going to be using every day, and you're going to be using them with writing and speaking. Again, the magic 12, these are the words that you will be using in writing and speaking. Sir Joseph, what are these magic 12s? Okay, these are your 12 favorite academic words, which you will use every day until you procured the natural way to use them. Again, use them every single day. Now, prepare your mobile devices and take a screenshot of the sample magic 12. Okay, malay mo, ito na ang gamitin mo sa exam. All right, sample magic 12. First 5, you have amass, which means to get, procure, or to gain. Okay, anabasis. Okay, to pronounce it with me. This is my favorite. Anabasis. Okay, it's to transform. Okay, amoral. Okay, it's showing no concern. Okay, amoral or amorality. There you go. Fulminate, is to give your harsh remark. And of course, benevolent is very kind. Okay, so have we taken the screenshot of this one? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pa-PM na lang po. Mag-mine kayo! Okay, good. Now, next one, guys. Okay, abet, which means to encourage, okay? Buoyant. Buoyant means cheerful or capable to maintain satisfactory level. You can also use it to describe something that is afloat. Buoyant, okay? Collude. Collude is to conspire or to plot. There you go. Precarious, characterized by uncertainty. Okay, amenable, willing to agree or accept. Okay, ready? Take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, hi! O, jiva! Namahin nyo na ba? Okay, good. Moving on. All right. And of course, you have attenuate. Attenuate means to weaken the magnitude. Okay, so to use this example, the government must attenuate the crisis which is brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. Again, the government must attenuate the crisis that was brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, and of course, quondam. Quondam is the one that we use for family planning. The one that the men wear is the quondam. Quondam, guys, is the former state, the previous state, okay? But guys, you would need to pronounce it as quondam. Quondam, okay? Some students, believe me, in the coaching room, they have already pronounced it as condom. Condom. It sounds like a condom, okay? Quondam. Quondam, okay? So yeah, please pronounce it that way if you don't want to make your examiner laugh hard on the exam. It's a quondam. All righty. Okay, so these are your sample Magic 12 screenshot. Okay, so yeah, if you would want to use this Magic 12, guys, why not? By all means, okay? Just study the sentence structure and how to use them on the exam, all right? Okay. Oh, guys, just a real quick. Before we move on to the dumbest ways to fail, okay? I will elicit the 3 dumbest ways to fail on the IELTS exam. Let us just congratulate our passers this week on the IELTS at Elite Intellect 9. Okay, so we have Lorraine Camille Perez, nurse in Sorsogon, listening 9, reading 8, speaking 8, and writing 8.0. Okay, Janina Gardoza, nurse in the UAE, listening 8, reading 9, speaking 8, and speaking is 8.0. Maggie Cruz Giera, okay, nurse in KSA, reading 8.5, speaking is 8.5. Matilde Hortaleza, aka M Horts on Facebook, nurse in the UAE, speaking is 8. Gail Royce Ganilda, nurse in Oman, speaking is 8.0. Philomena H. Diza, nurse in Qatar, speaking is 8.0. Rio Madonna Rueras, nurse in KSA, speaking is 7.5. Sandy Montana, nurse in KSA, speaking is 7.0. And Georgie Habate Cruz, nurse in Quezon City, speaking is 7.0. So let's do this all together. 1, 2, 3, go. Congratulations, baby dragons. All right. So congratulations to these students. They really worked hard. Naku, Diyos ko si Lorraine. Oh, basta Lorraine yata, tsaka Lorraine mukhang magaling yata. Okay. Now, December, guys, December is the IELTS exam season. It has been observed that many students pass the IELTS during December. So to help you prepare better for the December tests, we give you Elite Ops. What is Elite Ops, guys? Elite Ops is Elite Operational. This is a program that is designed for the students who would want to advance more with their speaking capacity. If you are a basic student and you would want to become operational, then Elite Ops IELTS review program is for you. So it is unlimited IELTS review, no limit, lifetime validity, unlimited one-on-one coaching in speaking and writing, one-on-one coaching in grammar, pronunciation, delivery, and vocabulary, live group classes like this one, and recorded classes. After the live classes, we record them and then we upload them on the student platform. flexible and convenient schedule for international and domestic students, plus computer and mobile delivered mock tests. Yes, you can use your mobile phone to finish our mock tests, okay? And free handouts and preparation notebooks, and the first to use Elite Notes, a systematic and colorful lecture system for easier learning. What does Elite Notes mean, Sir Joseph? Basically, we don't use PowerPoints. What we use is our noting system, and then I give it as a handout for my students after the class. Free final coaching and assessment, and an exclusive access to Mama D's study hall where you can learn and ask questions about the concepts. Okay, so Sir Joseph, how much is this Elite Ops? Okay, we are on promo, guys. So the Elite Ops is our most popular program to intensely prepare the students who are weak with their IELTS skills and to make them operational for the examination. For 20 students only, sorry guys, 20 lang talaga muna for this batch, okay? For 20 students only, exclusive IFNG viewers discount, pay only 4,999 instead of 6,500. And if you enroll as a group of 3, let's say you are 3 friends, you select one representative to enroll for you guys, it will only be 3,999 only per student. Okay, so that is our promo for Elite Ops. So enroll now. We'll be accepting 20 students only for this program. So to enroll for our Elite Ops program, please check our chat box right here at Zoom. And of course, our comment section on the live video on Facebook right now. Our representatives will be sending you the link of Elite Intellect 9 with which you can inquire with Ma'am Tanya. Now, to avail this program, guys, just type IFNG Live, okay? IFNG Live, and then... what's happening? Just type IFNG Live, and then Ma'am Tanya will know that you are aiming to be on the Elite Ops program. All right, so I'll see you in class very soon, guys. All righty. Now, next one, guys, is... our NCLEX batch 22 is now accepting enrollees. So yes, NCLEX at Elite Intellect 9 is already at batch 22. So free IELTS review. Yes, this is NCLEX plus IELTS, okay? Free 7 preparation books, live and recorded classes, free handouts, free Elite Notes, free final coaching and assessment, 65 nursing classes in total, free one-on-one nursing and mentoring discussion for only 7,999 instead of paying 25,000 for 2 courses, which is IELTS, okay, and of course NCLEX. All right, so to avail of these, just type NCLEX plus IELTS. All right, so Kat, Q, and Febby, please send a message to the link of Elite Intellect 9 right there on the chat box, and I'll see you in class very soon, my babies. All right, as ng energy ni Inay talaga. Okay, now let's be serious. Ay, sorry, hindi ka pa serious dun sa una nating ano kanina? No, that's not yet it. All right. Now, succumbing or listening to pressure. Hi, this is a serious one. Okay. So, a lot of students really do not function well on the exam because of pressure. Okay. I have seen a lot of students who do not function well on the examination because of pressure. Okay, sir, what type of pressure? Pressure cooker? No, not pressure cooker. Okay, let's take a look at this. Pressure is a normal thing, okay? But pressure from friends, family, and agencies is a different thing. You must not let this affect your preparation. Some students rush because of pressure.
Oh, mga New York, California.
I have seen a lot of students. I have seen a lot of students before who were rushing because they were pressured by their friends, right? Oy, friend, magte-take na kami ng exam. So, kailangan mag-take ka na rin, no? Family, why are you taking too long to review? You must take your exam now. You've been there for 3 months, okay? Agency, if you don't take your exam now, we're going to drop your item. Unfortunately, guys, these are atrocious. I'm sorry, but the word that I'm going to be using for it is atrocious. They are not the ones who will be taking the exam for you. Okay? Don't be pressured by this. They are not the ones who will be taking the examination for you. So what I would want you to do is to bind your time, put your ducks in a row, don't listen to unnecessary pressure. Don't hold on to it. Don't cling to it. Because when you are pressuring yourself, believe me, the more you're not going to function well on the exam. I can guarantee you that. All right? So, another one. Not investing in your knowledge is another common mistake. What I'm saying is investing in time. Okay? All right. So, investing in your knowledge is a commendable thing. Knowledge is not something that can expire. You will retain it, and apart from that, it will benefit you on your examination. Okay? You have shoes more expensive than review programs, believe me. But you use that shoe for walking, whereas the review program helps you on your examination. So invest in one. I'm not saying in my institution. You can invest in other institutions if you would want to, but invest in an institution that will care for your needs and will see your weaknesses as a student. Okay? All right. And of course, I know that some of you guys can relate to this. Okay? I know that some of you guys really can relate to this. Okay? What's this, Sir Joseph? Not checking the upload date on video platforms. When you go and search for techniques on the video platforms, you just watch it, listen to it, okay? And then what have you? The upload date is way back in the past. Okay, what do I mean by this one? It is true that many things can be learned via the video platforms, but check if the techniques are updated, okay? Or if the technique has been used since 2007. I have seen a lot of students who come into my class and in my coaching who still believes techniques on the video platforms that were uploaded in 2005. Hello, the IELTS is not as difficult right now as compared to 2005 before, right? So the truth is the IELTS changes over time. The IELTS changes over time. The IELTS become different every year. The IELTS have expectations that are added every time because of the demands of other countries with the competency level of the students. So I want you to check the upload date, okay? Now, what is the last mistake, okay? All right, by the way, Kat Q, Febby, Kyokson, and Geneva, Kalina, please message our Facebook page. Thank you guys so much. Or I'm going to have Sir Delo message you guys, okay, on Facebook. Or okay, now, what is the last mistake that students tend to do? This one. Repeating all the mistakes that were mentioned in this lecture. If you repeat a mistake twice, it's no longer a mistake, but rather it's a choice. If you repeat it 3 times, you're paulit-ulit. May sakit ka na. Okay? Yeah. I want you to bear in mind and in your heart, okay, the things that you have learned here tonight, okay? Because these can help you on your preparation better. You need to transform yourself to be a better student for the IELTS examination. Again, why are you taking the IELTS in the first place? Again, I want to see your answers, guys. Why are you taking your IELTS in the first place? I want to read real emotions of people right now. How about the, huwag na natin sabihin yung pangalan, 1 to 15, sir. Totoo pa po ba o old na po? Yung 1 to 7, medyo dati pa yun, anak. Pero yung 7 and above, pwede pa yun. Okay? Why are you taking the IELTS in the first place, guys? Come on. I want to see your reasons. I want to see reasons of people why they're taking the IELTS in the first place. Okay, while you're typing, let me just do my pa-cute dance here. That's my pa-cute dance. Just ko, Sir Joseph, parang mag-aalas 12 na, ang taas pa ng energy mo, no? Yes! Energy brought to you by Sinovac. Sinovac with paracetamol. Sorry. Okay, what's your reason? Okay, for future and for family. That's a strong reason right there, Abigail. Okay, what else? Okay, I want to up my skill, my career for betterment of my family. Good, Mimi, right there. Employment for McFlurry. Good. Okay? I feel like being able to work in the UK can help my parents financially. See? That's a good motivation, Riza. Okay? What else? For Josephine to be competent enough. There you go. Cat Q to work as a nurse in the UK. There we go. Okay, to give a better future for my family. Okay, Prince Payumo, dream. Now let's turn that dream into a goal. Okay, let's turn that dream into a goal. All right. Okay, what else? From Gladys C. For my family's welfare, to see my dad after almost 15 years, to build my life again, to do my first love, which is to be a nurse. Wow, your first love is to be a nurse and to build your life again. It's okay to start again, right? Okay, what else? To fulfill my dream to work in the US and bring my family. There you go, May Sheila. Okay, for John Aaron, for career growth and better opportunities. There we go. Okay, and to work in the UK in 3 months. Now, what do you, for my pride, okay, Ninik Junmi. Okay, that's good. Now, what do you guys have in common? Okay, for the future of my daughter and my another baby, maybe also for our family, be in new environment, especially experiencing the four seasons. Yes, dream goals reality UK. All right. For career growth and financial stability brought by greener employment pastures in Canada, and realize the dreams of my parents for me. I'm counting on you, Miss D, for coaching. Yeah, you can do this, Casey, my love. Okay, now better future for my family to be in the UK as a radiographer. There you go. Now, guys, all of us has stated a clear dream. Okay? Now, to live in the land of milk and honey with my family, to have my own farm someday and beach since I came from the island province. Wow, I love your dream, and ameliorate my status in life. Okay, now all of you guys have stated your motivations, why you would want to go to the another country or why you're taking the IELTS. Now, can I pray for you as your mama? Can I pray for you tonight as your mama? Let's transform those dreams into goals. Okay? All right. Now, real quick, close your eyes and bow your head. Heavenly Father, we'd like to thank you, Lord God, for the burning fire that has been ablazed in the goals of these students, Father. We praise you, Father, and we glorify your name, Lord God. Lord, let this class be a reminder of why the students are taking this examination in the first place. Lord, listen to their dreams. None of these dreams have been selfish. It is all for other people, for the betterment, Father. All of these dreams are for their families. Lord, transform these dreams into goals and guide them towards the clear path that their journey on the IELTS will become a glib, smooth, and an enjoyable and meaningful one. This is our prayer, Father, and we also pray for the admins of IFNG, Father, who have been abetting the students when it comes to their examination. And Lord, I pray for the new students that are about to be students of Elite Intellect 9. This is our prayer in Jesus' name, declaring success and victory. Amen. Okay, amen to that, guys, right? Let's transform these dreams into goal. Oh, into goals, okay? All right, guys. So, most important technique for tonight, whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." This is from Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. So guys, by just watching this video, the Lord might have guided you to be inspired, to rekindle that spark inside you. And I am happy to be helping you on your examination. All righty. Okay, guys, you're welcome, everyone. Okay, guys, so for those of you guys who would want to avail of the promo of Elite Intellect 9 again, just send a message to our Facebook page, which can be seen on the chat box of Zoom, and of course the comment section of the comment section of our Facebook Live right there. Again, it's 4,999 for individual. For group enrollees, it's just 3,999 per student. And of course, our NCLEX Plus IELTS promo, which is 7,999 only instead of 25,000. I hope Mama was able to rekindle your fire. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity to have you as our mentor. Oh, you're welcome, guys. You're always welcome, everyone. I'm always happy to be here. Okay, now before I give the floor back to our admins, let me just do my signature my signature ender, okay? So guys, that is the end of our discussion for today. In behalf of Sir Jello, Mom Zaya, Mom Tanya, Mom Jerlene, Mom Charm, Mom Chaka, this is your Mama Dragon sending my love to you from the Philippines. I'll see you again next Friday for another live class here at IFNG. And for my new students who are about to become elite students, I'll see you in class tomorrow. Okay, so I'll see you guys. Take care, guys. I love you all. Back to you, admins. Oh, the admins are not here? Okay, so it's back to me. Okay, thank you, Mother, for this session. All right, guys, so. All right. Oh, Ma'am Gladys is here. You're welcome, guys. I'll see you next Friday, 10 p.m. PHT here at IFNG.